may not know, I'm Randy Stevenson, the head of Corvuss American Academy, and we're so excited to have what I call the webinar dream team with us here tonight. I know you've all had a long day studying so hard and training at home. You're probably exhausted, but it's time to learn something. We're very excited to be in partnership with Impact Basketball. They're obviously well-renowned and have done some great things in the sport of basketball across the U.S. and around the world, training from professionals to high school kids to aspiring young athletes, both through their academy program and their training in the summers. Without further ado, I want to bring on Joe, the founder of Impact Basketball, and he's going to talk to you.
Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are all doing okay. It's great to be here with Randy and Mike and Ollie and talking to you guys today. Just a little bit about Impact Basketball. I think some of you know a little bit about it. My journey in the game started a long time ago when I was just a high school player and decided I wanted to be a coach and really get into the game. And from there, I went on to college coach and got a really good opportunity to train players when I was younger and really built that into a very big career for me and have had an opportunity to work with some of the best players in the history of the NBA, guys like Kevin Garnett and Chauncey Billups and now Kyle Lowry and Chris Porzingis and Miles Turner and Troy Brown, and just, the list kind of goes on. I've had the pleasure of being in the gym with Michael Jordan and Kobe and experiencing the game of basketball at the highest level. And what we've done at Impact and what we're doing with Corvuss is really bringing that level of basketball to you. And one thing about basketball is that it's the same game for young players as it is for professionals, for guys in the NBA that you watch on TV every day. It's about working on your fundamentals. It's about understanding how to get your body ready. And that's the kind of program we've put in place that Corvuss will feature with Coach Ollie leading the charge over there. And we're really excited to do everything we can do and everything we've done here in the States over in India, to work with us for a long time and has a terrific background in playing professional basketball, playing college basketball in the States, to lead your academy there, our academy, I should say, together over there. And we're just very excited about it. So much what you do with the game, so much of the education that Corvuss is going to provide to you is, dual education of academics and athletics, which to me, and someone who's grown up through the game, has seen how the athletic side has benefited young people much further than just basketball, in your life and everything you're doing.
Coach Bailey will be the head coach basketball at Corvuss American Academy starting in September. You get here in August, and we're gonna change some things here in this country. And I'm very excited to have you on board. So welcome.
Yes. Thank you. I'm very excited to be there. I'm just pumped and ready to go.
Hey, Randy. Hey, everybody. Sorry for the lack of technical expertise on my end, but looks like we're connected now. So it's good to reconnect with everybody, even though we're not there together.
Yeah, great to see you, Coach. So we were just discussing a little bit, you may have caught the end of that, but we're just talking about the process, and the opportunities available to student athletes starting off in high school and then moving on to the college level. So, your experience, obviously you have a lot of it. Can you really run down sort of, simplistic terms, how that works and opportunities for student athletes at Corvuss?
Sure. The student athlete connection is really what this is all about. The synergy between being an athlete and being an academic student. And the United States system in colleges are set up so that student athletes, those who excel academically and those who excel athletically, have tremendous opportunities and even an inside track into college admissions and opportunities to study as well as play their sport. So the partnership that we've developed with Corvuss through Impact helps to pave that way for students in India to use their academics and their athletic talent and their pursuits in their athletic field to then create a pathway for them to enter into drills and some things that I believe you've got access to that you can see, that you can literally do in a very, very small area.
The first thing we'll talk about is the ball handling drills. This is just a side-to-side dribble drill that we can do. You can obviously, as Mike said, get permission from your whoever you might need to bang the ball in the house. But it's on the top left there, Randy. If you could click that play button, if it goes
Right there.
Yep, there it is. And if you blow it up, we could take a look. Yeah, so you can actually, I'm actually explaining the drill, but what this is you're going to stay feet shoulder width apart. This is just a ball control drill that'll really help your ball handling. You get nice and low as our player there is doing. And what you're going to do from there is, the volume's okay, Randy, I can talk over the top, is
Okay.
you're going to get strong and you're going to go side to side from right to left hand. You can watch as he gets started here in a second. What you want to make sure is that you're nice and low, your stomach is tight, your core is tight, and you are really eyes ahead, chest up. And as you see, as he puts the ball down now, he's going to go side to side. I know there's probably there's a lot of people using the internet, and he's taking one hand. So he's working the control with his right hand, side to side on the dribble, back and forth. And then what he will do when he's done with that is repeat that with the other hand. We recommend that you do this probably, I would say 30 seconds with each hand. Yep, so the next one is just a single hand pound. And this is really to build the strengths in your forearm and in your shoulder and everything that you're going to need for ball handling. So same exact stance, same exact premise where you're just going to stay in one place. When we say pound, we really want you to pound the ball into the ground. Again, really working the strength in your hand, really working the strength in your shoulder, and getting yourself used to controlling the ball at a high level. So when our guy here gets ready to go, he's going to get same thing, feet shoulder width apart. It's a stationary pound, obviously stationary meaning you're not moving, and you're going to get nice and low and keep the ball low. You want to keep the ball right at knee level, definitely below waist level. One of the big things with basketball is some people dribble the ball too high. We want to make sure you're dribbling the ball low so it's not stolen, and we will really working. You can see how straight his back is, and he's not leaning over. His shoulders aren't to the ground. And that position right there, as Coach Mike probably has told you when you were training in India, that's the most important position in basketball, that you keep that low. Also, what he's doing here is he's getting strength in his lower body by just having to stay there that long. It's not very easy to do that. So as you can see, when he pounds the ball, it's a straight dribble. You want the ball to hit the same spot on the floor every time. So you just real simple down. See how low he's keeping the ball? It's just right about knee level. I know a lot of young players dribble the ball a lot higher than that. That's where you want to dribble the ball to protect it. So again, you're going to go 30 seconds with your right hand, 30 seconds with your left hand, and you're going to repeat that 5 times. Next one is the chop cross. And as we get started, I'll tell you. So this one is a little bit of movement, but you're staying in the same place. This is a really good drill for your conditioning. In addition to your ball handling, because it's very difficult to do. It's a really good drill for your leg strength. So left foot, right foot, back and forth, and he's going to put the ball between his legs on every chop, on every cross. So you can see what's going on in a second when he gets started.
Make the most use of your time handling the ball. So Pat's going to dribble right hand, go between the legs on a chop cross, dribble left, come right back. Here we go, Pat. Let's show him out. Hit, good. One hit, good. See the eyes up, ball placement.
So it's a dribble and it's a shift of the leg. So what he's doing, he's keeping his hips open, and it's really a very diffical drill. I think you'll see after a while this could be very hard. See how his arms, and then quicker right there. So you're going to move as your level gets better.
Eyes up, way to work, Pat. Way to work, way to work, way to work, way to work. Very well done. Excellent drill to get your guys.
And you can see how tough that is. So if you do that for 30 seconds and you go 5 of them, that's going to be a tough deal. Try to get that up to a minute eventually. The next one is the bounce crossover set.
Okay, we're in athletic stance, nice and low. Ready
Same stance, you're getting nice and low.
This drill, we're going to hit twice. 1, 2, cross. 1, 2, cross. Then we're going to switch to 1, 2, cross, cross, making that a double crossover. And then the last step of that sequence is 1, 2, double cross between the legs. We're going to go 30 seconds all the way up to a minute, depending on the level.
From 30 seconds to a minute, same thing. And you'll see the pattern he does with the handle when he gets started here.
Pat's going to start 1, 2, and a single cross. Pat, here we go.
So 1-2 dribbles, cross, cross, 1-2 cross.
Very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. Now let's go double cross.
And now he's going to cross twice.
1-2 cross, cross, 1-2 cross, cross. Nice. Eyes up.
You can
good.
see how steady his body is,
Now
right?
finish
That's
it up.
real ball handling right there. Now he's mixing it up. And again,
Nice, nice,
as you
nice,
guys
nice.
get more
Remember, we want
advanced,
that
you can
player
really
above
push
the
it,
ball.
push yourself a little further. But again, you do this for 1 minute and you do it 5 times. That's going to be your conditioning for the day. The next one, we're going to get a little creative because we know you're inside and you don't have a hoop. So this is actually form shooting, but we use it here. We're going to hit the side of the backboard. So what we want you to do is find a space in your house that you don't ruin the wall or get your parents mad at you. And all you're doing is you're form shooting. It's single hand shooting, nice and low. And you can see the reason we're using the side of the backboard is because it has to go straight. So as it goes straight, you're really working on your shot and form shooting. You want to get your lower body down low, as you can see here when he gets low. I'll show you as we stop it. Right there. See that positioning that you want to get to? You want to be nice and low. You see his guide hand is next to the ball. I mean, of course, when you're shooting it, you put your guide hand on the ball, but that's just a really good fundamental drill where your hand is under the ball. You see his elbow is directly in line with his shoulder. His hips are nice and low. That's a perfect form right there. And this is all you're doing is really perfecting your form and you're visualizing the hoop there. But again, we're not even using a hoop. We're just having him throw it against, or shoot it against the side of the backboard and catch it back. So you can do that all day. I'm going to give you now 5 things you can do for your fitness at home. And these are all things that require nothing but a space. You know, you can do them in your bedroom, your carpet, whatever. This is called a dead bug, and you'll see why in a second. It's really for your core, for your stomach, you know, for getting your core stronger, flat on your back, feet exactly like this gentleman's right here. We call that, 45-degree angle with the knees, hands down by your side. And it's a real simple movement. He's going to lift his arms and shoulders off the ground and his feet off the ground. It's not easy to do, but simple to do. So now he's totally flat and he's bringing 1 foot in. Now he's going to switch the feet as he gets going, and you'll see this on boom, boom, right. So you see his upper body didn't move at all, and it is very difficult. It's going to stretch. This is a jump. Basically, you see this weight with the tape here, and we're measuring how like a long jump type thing. Our Pat, again, is going to get nice and low when he starts. See where he's in athletic position. He's going to sit down when he gets started here, and he's basically just going to jump forward. But we're going to really talk about how he jumps. He's going to sit low to start, where all of his power is going to come from. He's going to load down right there, and you can see that position. That's a position that we want to get all your power from. So right now his hamstrings, his glutes, his legs are really working, and then he's going to push his chest out, and you see how he lands. He lands perfectly. So his knees are straight over his ankles. He's not falling forward. It's really a very difficult exercise to do. I'll actually play that again, and he's probably going to do one more of them. As he sits low, you can watch it in real time this time, and there's a side view, boom, and landing. So what that's going to do is going to not only get your legs in shape and power, but that's the jump stop in basketball that we teach so much that will be really helpful for you to be able to jump and land at a good time. I would say 10 of those. You know, again, you're going to maybe start at 5 if that's where you're starting from, or 3 or whatever. It doesn't matter where you start from. It's where you go to and how quickly and how you stay with it. You're going to stand feet, you shoulder width apart with the feet again. And this is going to be a lot of control. So basketball is a game of control, changing direction, side to side, moving side to side. And what Chad is going to do here, he's going to lean into it. So you can see the positioning right now. This leg is straight. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but I think you probably can. This leg is straight, and he's sitting into this hip right here, and he's going to push off his right foot here to go back the other way. And again, this is a huge movement in basketball to be able to go side to side. Very difficult again to do. He's going to come back to the middle and then do it the other side. And when he comes back, he's pressing off his outside foot. Right back to the middle. And again, you can see it's not an easy movement. Quick feet. So this is really good for developing your feet a little bit quicker. You're going to see once he gets started, it's a simple movement, but his upper body's not going to move, and nothing's going to move, but watch his legs start going. His feet are shoulder width apart, toes forward, and he's just sitting in that stance, chopping them up. Here, I would say these are like 5-second hits. You can go 5-second hits, or you can build it up to 10. You can see he's on his toes, right on the balls of his feet, on his toes, really working. This will work your calves, which should the entire part of your front and back of your legs, to not get too technical with everyone. The calves, the hamstrings, the quads. It's a really good conditioning drill. And again, something you don't really need space. The last one is a tough one. So we're going to challenge you with this one right here. We put this is something that we think would be great for you to do, but it isn't going to be the easiest. So here goes my internet now. So there we go. So it's called a plank to a push-up. So then again, this is for upper body strength and your stomach and your core strength, your lower back, your abdominals, all those things. So it's really simple. Again, you don't even need the mat he's on. You can do it on the floor, on the carpet. He's going to get up on his elbows. You can see his body is perfectly straight. Going to come up on the right hand, on the left hand, and then his body straight again and right back down. And you notice when he comes up and down, he doesn't twist his shoulders. It's really steady. Up, up, and then down, down. And again, start with 5 to 8 of these and get up to 10, 15. It's really, you guys have plenty of time. So if you do this all this stuff, one time a day through all of this stuff would be great.
The Academy program and why it's important to have all of those aspects together for a student athlete.
Sure. Yeah, I can cover that. So, I mean, we really believe that what we do at Impact and what we're going to do at Corvuss through Impact is the strength of our completeness of the program. And exactly what you said, Randy, the ability to deliver training, to deliver the proper training with all aspects. So we look at the total athlete as a 4-part athlete. We look at the basketball skills as one, or whether it's tennis or the other sports, cricket or whatever, volleyball, track and field. There's the technical part of it, right? The shooting, the dribbling in our sport. There's the physical side, the performance side, which is the weightlifting, the conditioning, the flexibility, all the things that would have to do with your body that will get you in the proper shape or the proper, the base of the proper foundation to be able to execute the skills drills properly. The third piece is the nutrition piece, which is, as Ollie talked about earlier, for us, it's really a non-starter in terms of what I say that is that if someone's not willing to commit to eating properly, we don't have a ton of interest in training them because it's such a valuable thing. It's fuel to your engine. It's everything that, you can do. If you work hard on the court and you lift weights hard and you run hard, but you don't eat properly, it's very difficult for you to achieve, peak performance. And then the fourth part is the mental side, just how to approach the game of basketball, how to approach training, the challenges that your brain can take. And again, those, I believe the mental side and the discipline it takes to execute the other 3 pieces are really what the value of sports are, right? I mean, some of us will make some money playing the game, but most will use the game as a vehicle to become successful in life. So the 4 parts, the fact that they're all under one roof at Corvuss, in the Impact program is really something that honestly, it's why we're different, why Impact is different, why Corvuss will be different than anything else out there, because it understands the development of the full athlete. And I think that's, so I think it's just really valuable, and it is the best way. Look, we've developed 300 NBA players at Impact, and 299 of them have done it that way. Maybe one of them was just so talented he could cheat a little bit, but so for the most part, that's what it takes to make it. So that's a really overview of that.
And the same, and that's what we try and stress to parents and to the young athletes is that the work that you put in on the basketball court, the same amount of work has to be put in the classroom. And there's not a college in the U.S. or anyone in the world who's going to accept you if you don't meet their standards. And we're trying to impress upon parents that, when you have all of that, when you walk 100 meters from where you sleep to where you train to where you study, it just makes sense. And, prep schools all over the world are doing this. So the concept's not new around the world. And I'm sure all of your athletes, when you're training with them, they're studying and they have to get into college, especially your high school athletes, correct?
They have to. And I think that, we have so many players in our academy that, as Corvuss will, that their academics are so good that most schools would love to have them. So what you don't want to get into a problem of, and Mike has probably spoken to the kids about this, is that your basketball skills are good and you want to go to a certain college, but your academics aren't there. So we encourage, or not encourage, we develop a program that allows our young players, our students, to have the academic background to get into any school. And quite honestly, I have 2 kids and one just went through it, is that there are colleges in America that are excellent academic colleges that have 1,000 spots, but there's 10,000 qualified students to get into that school, and all 10,000 of them are high SAT, high grades, high character, but the ones that can play basketball and help the team have a little bit of an advantage. And it's not it's not a illegal or shady type of advantage. It's the reality. They need to, that basketball coach at a high academic school is recruiting, 12, 15 players for that team. So if there are 10 people looking for one spot at a school, is a vehicle to get places in life that, maybe you couldn't have gone without the game, and on top of that, you go to a high academic school, you play basketball, and you get to know, the alumni, the people that are graduated from the school. They love sports, right? So they follow the team, they get to know you as a person, and that leads to bigger and better things, after college, in terms of getting a job. So now you've gotten into a great school. You've had a great college experience because you love the game of basketball at any level, Division III, Division II, and I know that probably is something that needs a little bit of explanation or education with a lot of the parents on what the difference is. But basically, it's just a level of playing basketball, but the academics for those and then you leave college having had that experience with a great job and connections that'll last you a lifetime. So that's what it is about for us. I mean, yes, we train pros. We have guys that make hundreds of millions of dollars, but that's not the masses. That's not those are the exceptions. And our academy students and the students at Corvuss will be, yes, we want them to have goals and dreams to play at the highest level. But the reality is, as a parent, it's a vehicle to get them there. So.